Did you know that a single missed payment can drop your credit score by up to 180 points? That's enough to push you from prime rates to the financial penalty box, costing you thousands in higher interest over your lifetime. Today I'm breaking down the exact 5-step system that financial experts use to make sure they never miss a bill again. This isn't about budgeting or cutting expenses. It's about building a fail-proof financial infrastructure that runs on autopilot. The hidden cost of missed payments. Did you know that missing a single payment could cost you way more than just a late fee? Sure, that $30 to $40 penalty stings, but it's just the tip of a very expensive iceberg that most people never see coming. Let's talk real costs. When you miss a payment, you're not just getting hit with that annoying late fee. You're potentially triggering a financial domino effect that can impact your wallet for years to come. And I mean years. First, let's talk about what happens to your credit score. Many people don't realize that a single 30-day late payment can cause your credit score to plummet by up to 180 points if you've got good credit. Let that sink in. If you've built up a solid 780 score over years of responsible credit management, one missed payment could knock you down to the low 600s overnight. The better your credit was to begin with, the harder you'll fall. This isn't just a temporary blip either. That late payment can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. 7 years of financial punishment for forgetting one bill payment. Sounds fair, right? But here's where things get really expensive. When your credit score drops, lenders see you as a higher risk, which means they charge you more money to borrow. Let's say you're planning to buy a house within the next couple of years. That credit score drop from one missed payment could increase your mortgage interest rate by a full percentage point or more. On a $300,000 mortgage, that single percentage point increase means you'll pay over $60,000 more in interest over the life of a 30-year loan. All because you missed one payment that slipped your mind during a busy week. The same principle applies to car loans, personal loans, and even new credit cards. You'll be paying thousands more in interest for years to come. And it's not just the big purchases that get more expensive. Insurance companies also check your credit score when determining your premiums. Studies show that people with poor credit pay up to 91% more for home insurance and 24% more for auto insurance than those with excellent credit. These higher rates aren't one-time hits. They're monthly or annual expenses that keep draining your bank account year after year. Now, let's talk about psychological cost, because the impact of missed payments goes way beyond just dollars and cents. According to research, 57% of Americans report that financial concerns are their number one source of stress, ranking above work, family responsibilities, and even health problems. This constant financial stress isn't just unpleasant. It can literally make you sick. Studies have linked financial stress to increased rates of anxiety, depression, sleep problems, weight gain, and even heart disease. Your cortisol levels, that's your body's primary stress hormone, can stay elevated, putting your body in a constant state of fight or flight that wears down your immune system and impacts your physical health. There's also the relationship toll. Money problems are consistently ranked as one of the leading causes of arguments in relationships and a top contributor to divorce. Missing payments and dealing with the consequences can create tension, blame, and resentment between partners. Then there's decision fatigue, a psychological phenomenon that's particularly relevant to bill management. Every time you have to decide when to pay a bill, how much to pay, or which bill to prioritize when money is tight, you're using up valuable mental resources. The human brain can only make so many good decisions in a day before it starts to get tired. This decision fatigue explains why even the most organized people sometimes miss payments. After making hundreds of decisions at work and home all day, your brain is simply too exhausted to properly manage that final batch of financial decisions at night. And so bills slip through the cracks, not because you're irresponsible, but because your mental bandwidth has been maxed out. The constant mental load of keeping track of due dates, remembering to make payments, and juggling accounts doesn't just increase your stress levels. It actually reduces your capacity for other important decisions in your life. It's like having dozens of tabs open in your mental browser. Your whole system starts to slow down. Some people try to manage this by dedicating specific days to paying bills, but this creates another problem: time waste. The average American spends 10 to 15 hours per month just managing and paying bills. That's nearly 180 hours per year, the equivalent of 4.5 work weeks. just making sure money moves from one account to another on time. Imagine what you could do with an extra month of free time every year. And despite all this time and mental energy, the system still fails. A survey found that 61% of Americans have missed at least one payment deadline in the past year, often simply because they forgot or were traveling when the bill was due. Here's the most shocking part. The average American loses over $1,500 annually due to financial knowledge gaps and mistakes like missed payments. That's not even counting the long-term costs from credit score damage. It's just the immediate hit from late fees, overdraft charges, and unnecessary interest payments. That $1,500 could be a weekend getaway, an emergency fund starter, or several months of groceries. Instead, it's just evaporating from your bank account due to a financial system that seems designed to penalize normal human limitations. What makes all of this so frustrating is that most of these costs are completely avoidable. They're not the result of poor financial planning or irresponsible spending. They're simply the byproduct of an outdated approach to managing bill payments that relies too heavily on human memory and willpower. The truth is, our brains weren't designed to track multiple payment deadlines across various platforms with different due dates changing from month to month. It's a system that practically guarantees failure, even for the most organized among us. But here's the good news. There's a better way. A way to completely eliminate these hidden costs without requiring superhuman memory or endless spreadsheets. A system that works with your brain's limitations rather than fighting against them. A method that can save you thousands of dollars, countless hours, and immeasurable stress. This isn't about becoming more disciplined or setting more calendar reminders. It's about creating a bulletproof financial infrastructure that handles payments automatically, regardless of whether you remember them or not. It's about leveraging modern banking tools to create a set-it-and-forget-it system that removes human error from the equation entirely. Why traditional bill payment methods fail? You've probably tried every reminder system out there, apps, calendars, sticky notes, but bills still slip through the cracks sometimes, right? The science of decision fatigue reveals why these well-intentioned approaches are practically designed to collapse, especially during the times when you need them most. With the average credit card rate now above 23% and typical cardholders carrying around $8,000 in debt, even missing a single minimum payment can trigger a financial avalanche that's increasingly difficult to escape. Let's talk about those traditional bill payment methods most of us rely on. You might be using the dedicated bill pay day approach, where you sit down once or twice a month to handle everything. Or maybe you're a pay-as-they-come-in person, tackling each bill individually as notifications arrive. Perhaps you've even graduated to partial automation, where some bills are on Autopay while others remain manual. These methods seem logical on the surface, but they all share the same critical weakness. They depend on you, a busy, distracted human with a million things on your mind, to remember and take action consistently. And that's where the trouble begins. Here's what's really happening in your brain when you try to stay on top of bills using traditional methods. Our memory isn't designed for recurring administrative tasks. It's optimized for novel information and immediate threats. When your brain has to choose between remembering to pay your water bill or focusing on an upcoming work deadline, guess which one gets priority? This isn't just forgetfulness. It's your brain doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. Prioritize immediate concerns over future obligations. Research confirms this wiring pattern. When faced with present demands versus future responsibilities, our brains have a clear bias toward what's urgent right now, often at the expense of important but less immediate tasks like bill payments. Then there's the hidden killer of financial good intentions, decision fatigue. Each day, you make thousands of decisions, from what to wear to complex work problems. Every decision depletes your mental energy, and by the time you get to financial decisions later in the day, your brain is operating on fumes. This is why even the most organized people can miss payments. Their decision-making capacity has been gradually drained throughout the day. Hey, but I set calendar reminders for everything. I hear you say. Those reminders seem foolproof until life happens. Travel disrupts your routine. A family emergency steals your attention. Work stress dominates your mental bandwidth. Research shows these life disruptions break even the most meticulously crafted manual systems. Your calendar alert might ping, but when you're caring for a sick child or stuck in an airport, that notification becomes just another thing to swipe away. The psychological burden is just as problematic. As due dates approach, many people experience mounting anxiety, a low-grade stress that builds as the deadline nears. This anxiety creates a paradoxical response. Some people pay immediately to eliminate the stress, while others procrastinate, hoping to avoid the negative feelings associated with parting with money. Either way, your brain is expending precious mental resources on what should be a simple administrative task. What about partial automation? It's a step in the right direction, but it creates a dangerous false sense of security. When some bills are automated and others aren't, you're more likely to forget the manual ones precisely because you believe your system is mostly handled. This half-measure approach often results in the worst outcome, missing the few bills you still need to pay manually. The financial education gap compounds these problems. Financial illiteracy costs Americans an average of $1,506 annually due to knowledge gaps about personal finance. Many people simply don't understand which bills should take priority or the consequences of missing different types of payments. Without this crucial knowledge, even the most diligent bill payer can make costly mistakes. Traditional methods also fail to account for the psychological phenomenon known as present bias, our tendency to value immediate rewards over future benefits. Paying bills provides little immediate gratification but prevents future pain. This imbalance makes it particularly difficult to motivate yourself to sit down and handle financial maintenance when Netflix and social media offer instant dopamine hits. Let's visualize what typically happens with traditional bill management. It's the end of a long workday. You're mentally exhausted. Your phone pings with a payment reminder. You think, I'll handle it this weekend when I have more energy. The weekend arrives, filled with family obligations and household chores. The bill gets pushed to next week. Before you know it, you're getting a late notice and wondering how you let it slip. Even the pay them all on payday approach has critical vulnerabilities. What happens when your bills aren't perfectly aligned with your payment schedule? What about those sneaky quarterly or annual bills that arrive off-cycle? The rigid structure breaks down when faced with the messy reality of how bills actually arrive. The mental accounting required for variable bills creates another failure point. Your electricity bill might be $80 one month and $150 the next. Water usage fluctuates. Credit card balances change. Each variable bill requires you to recalculate and adjust, creating multiple opportunities for error in your mental math. And we haven't even touched on the emotional aspect of bill paying. For many people, particularly those on tight budgets, paying bills triggers feelings of scarcity and anxiety. These negative emotions make the task something we subconsciously avoid, creating a cycle of procrastination and last-minute scrambling. The combination of cognitive limitations, psychological barriers, and life's unpredictability creates a perfect storm where even the most organized person will eventually miss a payment. This isn't a failure of character or discipline. It's a predictable outcome of trying to use human willpower and memory to solve a systems problem. Think about other critical systems in your life. Would you trust your memory alone to ensure you take life-saving medication? Would you rely solely on willpower to drive safely? Of course not. For truly important functions, we create systems with redundancies and safeguards. Yet somehow, we expect our fallible human memory to handle thousands of dollars in financial obligations without fail. Experts suggest that traditional bill payment methods fail because they fundamentally misunderstand the problem. Bill management isn't a memory challenge or a discipline issue. It's a systems design problem. Trying to become more disciplined about bill payments is like trying to become more disciplined about remembering to breathe. The solution isn't more willpower. It's creating a system that handles the task automatically. The ADDI system overview, your financial autopilot. Systems beat willpower every single time, especially when it comes to your finances. What if I told you there's a proven framework that can transform your chaotic bill-paying nightmare into a smooth-running machine that operates in the background of your life? The ADDI system isn't just another financial hack. It's the difference between constantly playing defense with your bills and putting your entire financial life on autopilot. Think about how you currently handle your bills. For most people, it's a patchwork approach of mental notes, calendar reminders, and that growing sense of dread as due dates approach. You might be paying some bills automatically, while others require manual attention. This inconsistent approach is exactly why things fall through the cracks. The ADDI framework offers something completely different. Originally developed for instructional design in educational settings, this powerful 5-phase system has been adapted to create bulletproof financial automation. Each letter in ADDI stands for a critical phase in building your financial autopilot: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. Let's break down what each phase means for your financial life. The analysis phase is where you take a comprehensive inventory of your current financial situation. This means identifying every single recurring expense and understanding exactly where your money is going each month. Most people are shocked to discover just how many financial obligations they actually have when they conduct a proper analysis. In the design phase, you're creating the blueprint for your automated system. This is where you plan exactly how your money will flow between accounts, which bills get paid automatically, and when those payments should occur. Think of this as the architectural plans for your financial house. You need a solid design before you start building. The development phase is where you begin implementing the tools and systems you've designed. This includes setting up the actual accounts, configuring automatic transfers, and linking everything together in a cohesive system. This is the phase where your financial infrastructure starts taking shape. During the implementation phase, you execute your plan by activating all the automated processes you've set up. This is when your system goes live and your financial autopilot begins to take control. The beauty of proper implementation is that it removes the human element and all its associated errors from the equation. Finally, the evaluation phase ensures your system continues to work flawlessly over time. This involves setting up monitoring tools, alerts, and occasional check-ins to make sure everything is running smoothly. A good evaluation system catches potential issues before they become actual problems. What makes the ADDI framework so powerful for financial automation is how it addresses the fundamental weaknesses in traditional bill management approaches. Instead of relying on memory, willpower, or constant attention, it creates a structured system that operates independently of your mental bandwidth. The evidence supporting this systematic approach is compelling. According to research, individuals who automate their finances save an average of 10 to 15 hours every month. That's nearly 2 full workdays you get back in your life. Just imagine what you could do with that extra time. But the benefits go far beyond just time savings. The psychological impact is perhaps even more significant. A study showed that 57% of people who implemented automated financial systems reported substantial improvements in their mental health. When your bills are handled automatically, that constant low-grade anxiety about whether you've forgotten something important simply disappears. Take Sarah, for example, a young professional who implemented the ADDI framework for her finances last year. Before automation, she was constantly juggling due dates, occasionally missing payments, and feeling overwhelmed by her financial responsibilities despite having a good income. After implementing her financial autopilot using the ADDI system, she reported a 50% reduction in financial anxiety. More importantly, she hasn't missed a single payment since her system went live. I used to spend hours each month just making sure everything was paid on time, Sarah explained. Now I barely think about my bills at all. They just get paid automatically, and I can focus my energy on things that actually matter to me. What's particularly powerful about the ADDI approach is how it transforms your relationship with money. Instead of your finances being a source of stress and uncertainty, they become a reliable background process in your life, like breathing or your heartbeat, something that happens without conscious effort. The systematic approach eliminates the common failure points that plague traditional bill management methods. No more forgetting to transfer money to cover an automatic payment. No more missing a bill because you were traveling or sick. No more late-night panic when you suddenly remember a due date that passed yesterday. When your bill payment system runs on autopilot, you experience what psychologists call cognitive unburdening. The mental relief that comes from knowing important tasks are being handled without your active involvement. This frees up mental bandwidth for more important things, whether that's focusing on your career, spending quality time with loved ones, or pursuing personal interests. Think about it this way. You don't worry about whether your heart will beat tomorrow or if your lungs will continue breathing while you sleep. These vital functions happen automatically. With the ADDI framework, your financial obligations can achieve a similar level of reliability and automation. The power of this approach lies in its comprehensiveness. Unlike piecemeal solutions that might automate one bill here or set up a reminder there, the ADDI framework creates a complete financial ecosystem where everything works together seamlessly. Each component supports the others, creating a resilient system that can withstand the chaos of everyday life. As we explore each phase in detail, you'll see exactly how to implement this framework in your own life. The beauty of ADDI is that it's adaptable to any financial situation, whether you're living paycheck to paycheck or managing multiple income streams and investments. Phase 1, Analysis, the complete bill audit. The first phase of your financial autopilot journey is where shocking discoveries typically happen. Ever looked at your bank statement and thought, "Wait, I'm still paying for that"? You're not alone. The average person has about 12 monthly recurring bills, yet during self-audits, most people miss 15 to 20% of these payments. That's money silently disappearing from your account while you're busy trying to juggle the bills you do remember. Let's kick off the analysis phase of our ADDI framework with a complete bill audit that will finally give you full visibility into where your money is actually going each month. This isn't just about making a quick list. It's about creating a comprehensive inventory that catches absolutely everything. First, let's talk about why this step is so critical. When most people try to list their bills from memory, they typically remember the obvious ones: rent or mortgage, car payment, phone bill, maybe a few streaming services. But what about that annual domain renewal? The quarterly pest control service? That gym membership you forgot you still had after moving? These forgotten expenses create unexpected hits to your bank account that can throw off your entire financial plan. To avoid these surprises, we need to look at hard data, not memory. Pull up your bank and credit card statements from the last 3 months. This time frame is crucial because it helps you catch those sneaky quarterly payments that a single month's view would miss. Some financial experts even recommend going back 6 months to catch semi-annual bills like car insurance premiums. As you review your statements, create a master list of every recurring charge. Don't skip the small stuff. That $4.99 app subscription might seem insignificant, but several of these can add up to a meaningful monthly expense. Remember to check all payment methods: bank accounts, credit cards, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, anywhere money might be flowing out automatically. Once you've identified all your bills, it's time to categorize them. This step transforms your raw list into actionable intelligence. First, separate your expenses into fixed versus variable bills. Fixed bills like your mortgage, car payment, or Netflix subscription stay the same each month, making them easier to plan for. Variable bills like utilities, credit cards, or grocery delivery services change month to month and require a different approach. Next, categorize each bill by payment method. Some bills are perfect for autopay, those with consistent amounts and reliable service, while others might need manual review before payment, like credit cards or bills with fluctuating amounts. Make note of which bills already have autopay enabled and which ones you're still handling manually. Now let's talk about frequency. Monthly bills are most common, but don't forget about those quarterly, semi-annual, or annual expenses that often catch people off guard. Property taxes, professional memberships, annual insurance premiums. These large but infrequent bills can cause major financial stress when they suddenly appear if you haven't planned for them. Here's where a digital spreadsheet becomes your best friend. Create a simple template with columns for biller name, payment amount, a due date, payment frequency, monthly, quarterly, annual, payment method, which account or card, a autopay status, enabled, disabled, not available, category, housing, transportation, entertainment, etc. A priority level, high, medium, low. Speaking of priority, this is a critical part of your analysis. Not all bills carry the same consequences if they're late or missed. High priority bills directly impact your credit score or essential services. These include mortgage or rent payments, car loans, student loans, utility bills, and minimum credit card payments. Medium priority bills might include subscription services or memberships where late payment won't damage your credit, but might interrupt services you value. Low priority bills are nice-to-haves that could be cut if necessary. When reviewing your bank statements, pay special attention to those easy-to-forget categories. Subscriptions are major culprits here: streaming services, news sites, apps, gaming platforms. Many people are shocked to discover they're paying for multiple services they rarely use. Insurance payments scheduled quarterly or semi-annually often slip people's minds until they hit the account. Utility bills, especially those that might be on a budget billing plan, can sometimes fly under the radar too. Another important aspect of the analysis phase is identifying patterns and potential optimization opportunities. Are there services with overlapping features you could consolidate? Are you paying premium prices for features you never use? Is there a more efficient payment schedule you could request from certain billers to better align with your income timing? The bill audit might seem tedious at first, but consider this: you can't automate what you don't know exists. This foundational step ensures you're not just automating the bills you remember, but creating a truly comprehensive system that catches everything. Here's a pro tip. While reviewing your statements, mark each recurring bill with a highlighter as you add it to your master list. This visual tracking helps ensure you don't miss anything as you work through months of transactions. For extra accuracy, try using different colors for different categories or frequencies of bills. Another helpful approach is to think about your bills in terms of life areas: housing, transportation, utilities, entertainment, health, education, etc. This perspective can jog your memory about expenses you might otherwise forget. For instance, thinking about health might remind you of that quarterly vitamin subscription or annual eye exam payment. Don't forget to check your email for electronic receipts or payment confirmations that might not immediately show up on bank statements. Subscription services often send renewal notices or receipts that can help you identify recurring charges, especially annual ones that might not appear in a 3-month bank statement review. When your audit is complete, you'll likely be surprised in 2 ways. First, at how many bills you're actually paying, usually more than you thought, and second, at the total monthly amount, again, typically higher than estimated. This clear-eyed view of your financial commitments is powerful. It removes the false comfort of not knowing exactly where your money goes and replaces it with accurate information you can act on. Phase 2. Design, creating your dedicated bill payment account. With your financial reality exposed, the next challenge is making sure those bills actually get paid without you thinking about them again. What if there was a bulletproof system that separates your bill money from your spending money, creating a financial firewall that makes overdrafts and missed payments physically impossible? This is where the magic happens. Phase 2 of our ADDI system focuses on designing a dedicated bill payment account that acts as your financial command center. Think of this dedicated account as creating a wall between the money you need for bills and the money you can freely spend. Why is this separation so critical? When your bill money mingles with your spending money in a single account, you're essentially playing a dangerous game of financial roulette. That morning coffee run or impulse Amazon purchase could be unknowingly draining funds earmarked for your electric bill. Even with the best intentions, this commingling of funds is a recipe for financial chaos. Let me paint a picture of what typically happens without this separation. You receive your paycheck, feel flush with cash, spend on daily expenses, and when automatic bill payments hit a week later, suddenly you're facing insufficient funds. The dreaded overdraft fee follows, sometimes as high as $35 per occurrence. These fees add up quickly and can turn a simple oversight into a costly mistake. Creating this financial firewall isn't complicated, but it does require intentional design. Here's exactly how to set it up. First, you'll need to open a new checking account specifically dedicated to bill payments. Most banks offer free checking accounts with no monthly maintenance fees. This is an important feature to look for because we don't want maintenance fees eating into your bill money. When choosing this account, prioritize ones that offer robust online bill pay services and the ability to set up automatic transfers. Next comes the crucial calculation. Pull out that comprehensive bill list you created during your audit. Add up all your fixed monthly expenses. These are bills with the same amount each month, like your rent, mortgage, car payment, and subscription services. Then, add the average monthly amount for your variable bills, things like utilities and minimum credit card payments that fluctuate. Here's where many people make a mistake. They fund the account with exactly what they need and no more. Instead, financial experts recommend adding a buffer of at least 10% on top of your total monthly expenses. This buffer serves as protection against those sometimes unpredictable variable bills. If your electricity bill suddenly spikes during a heat wave or your water bill increases unexpectedly, this buffer ensures you're covered without needing to scramble for extra funds. For example, If your total monthly bills add up to $2,000, you should aim to keep at least $2,200 in your bill payment account at all times. This 10% cushion provides peace of mind and protection against unexpected increases in your variable expenses. Now for the automation piece. Set up an automatic transfer from your primary income source directly into this dedicated bill account. The timing of this transfer is critical. It should align with your income schedule. If you're paid biweekly, you might set up 2 smaller transfers that happen right after each paycheck lands. If you're paid monthly, 1 larger transfer should occur shortly after your payday. This automatic transfer is the cornerstone of your financial autopilot system. It ensures that bill money is segregated before you have a chance to spend it on other things. By making this transfer automatic, you remove the temptation to skip it or reduce the amount when you're feeling the pull of other expenses. Let's walk through a practical example. Sarah earns $4,000 per month after taxes and has monthly bills totaling $2,500. She sets up her dedicated bill payment account and schedules an automatic transfer of $2,750, including her 10% buffer, to occur on the first of each month, right after her paycheck deposits. The remaining $1,250 goes to her regular checking account for daily spending and savings. Now when her automatic bill payments trigger throughout the month, she never has to worry about having insufficient funds. This system creates what I call a financial firewall that makes overdrafts from automatic payments virtually impossible. Your bills and spending money now exist in completely separate ecosystems. You can freely spend what's in your regular account, knowing your bills are already taken care of in their dedicated account. The real beauty of this approach is that it completely eliminates the mental accounting we're all guilty of. That fuzzy math we do in our heads when we're standing in line at the coffee shop, trying to remember if we can afford that extra shot of espresso while mentally calculating whether the electric bill has already come out this month. You might be thinking, but what if I already have Autopay set up directly from my main account? If that's the case, you'll need to update your payment methods one by one to draw from your new dedicated account instead. Yes, it takes a bit of time up front, but the payoff is enormous. You'll never again have to check your account balance before making a purchase, wondering if you're actually spending bill money. The dedicated bill payment account also has another fantastic benefit. It helps you clearly see the true cost of your lifestyle. When you separate your bill money from your spending money, you get a much clearer picture of what your fixed expenses really cost you each month. This clarity often leads to optimization opportunities that weren't obvious before. Another advantage is reduced financial stress. By knowing with absolute certainty that your bills are covered, you eliminate the background anxiety that comes from wondering if you'll have enough money when that big annual insurance premium hits. That nagging worry that keeps you checking your account balance during your lunch break? Gone. For those with irregular income like freelancers or gig workers, this system is even more valuable. You can build up your bill payment account during flush months to cover leaner periods, creating a buffer that smooths out your financial peaks and valleys. Which dedicated account setup actually prevents overdrafts while paying bills automatically? It's this thoughtfully designed separate bill payment account funded with automatic transfers that include a buffer for variable expenses. By physically separating your bill money from your spending money, you create a system that makes financial mishaps nearly impossible. Phase 3, development, connecting your financial infrastructure. Your dedicated bill payment account is ready, but there's still a weak point in your financial armor. Did you know that most payment failures happen not because the money isn't there, but because it didn't arrive in time? Let's fix the invisible plumbing of your financial house that silently determines whether your automatic payments succeed or fail. Think of your financial accounts as separate islands. They don't naturally communicate with each other. You need to build bridges between them. These connections are what transform a collection of accounts into a true financial system that works while you sleep. The problem most people face isn't having enough money. It's having the right money in the right place at the right time. When accounts remain disconnected, you're forced to manually transfer funds before each bill due date. Miss one transfer, and suddenly you're facing overdraft fees, late charges, and the stress you were trying to avoid in the first place. Let's start by linking your primary income source to your bill payment account. This is the most critical connection in your entire system. If you receive direct deposits from your employer, log into your company's HR portal or payroll system and look for direct deposit options. Many employers allow you to split your paycheck between multiple accounts. This is ideal. You can automatically route the exact amount needed for bills straight to your dedicated bill payment account. If your employer doesn't offer split direct deposits, don't worry. Instead, log into your primary bank's online portal and look for options like link accounts or transfer. This allows you to establish an automatic recurring transfer that moves money from your primary account to your bill payment account right after your paycheck lands. Timing is absolutely crucial here. If a bill is due on the 1st of the month, but your paycheck arrives on the 2nd, you've got a problem waiting to happen. When setting up these transfers, schedule them to occur after your paycheck is deposited to avoid overdrafts. Include a buffer day or two to account for possible processing delays. Remember, not all banks process transfers at the same speed. For example, if you get paid every other Friday, set your automatic transfer to happen every other Monday. This gives the paycheck time to fully clear while still moving funds well before most bills are due. Next, we need to create connections from your bill payment account to each service provider. Most banks and financial institutions allow you to set up automatic bill payments at no extra cost. You'll need to provide your bank with each service's account information, including account numbers and payment amounts. The bank will then use this information to schedule payments directly from your checking account. To do this, log into your bill payment account and look for options like Bill Pay, Automatic Payments, or Manage Payees. Add each of your billers one by one, inputting their payment information. For most major companies, your bank may already have their information in the system. You'll just need to add your account number. One often overlooked detail is verification requirements. When linking accounts at different banks, you may need to complete security steps like confirming small test deposits. Don't skip these. They ensure your money transfers securely and prevent unauthorized access to your accounts. Now, here's where most people miss a critical optimization: payment date alignment. The default due dates on your bills probably don't align well with your income schedule. But many service providers will let you change your billing date if you ask. Contact your service providers, particularly for major bills like utilities, credit cards, and loans, and request changes to your billing dates. The best time to do this is about 30 days before your contract ends, but many companies will accommodate this request at any time. Align these dates with your income schedule to create a smooth flow of money through your system. For instance, if you're paid bi-weekly, you might arrange for half your bills to be due shortly after your first monthly paycheck, and the other half after your second paycheck. This prevents having all bills hit at once, which can cause cash flow problems even with automation in place. When setting up these payment schedules, remember to account for processing times. An automatic payment scheduled for the due date might actually process 1 to 3 business days earlier. This means you need to ensure funds are in your account several days before the official due date. To track all these moving parts, consider using personal finance management tools that sync with your bank accounts. These tools provide a comprehensive view of your income and expenses, making it easier to visualize how money flows through your accounts and spot potential timing conflicts before they cause problems. Don't forget to set up alerts for upcoming bills and low balances. These notifications serve as an early warning system, alerting you before a payment is due and giving you time to address any issues. Most banking apps allow you to customize these alerts based on your preferences. For example, you might set an alert if your bill payment account balance falls below your monthly bill total plus your 10% buffer. This gives you advance warning if your account is running lower than expected. A critical but often forgotten step is regularly reviewing your automatic payment amounts. Bills can change, sometimes dramatically, and if your automatic payment is set for a fixed amount, you might underpay without realizing it. Credit card bills are particularly volatile, so consider setting these to pay the full statement balance rather than a fixed dollar amount. What happens if a payment fails despite your best efforts? Build in a backup plan by linking a secondary funding source to critical bills. Many billers allow you to specify a backup payment method that kicks in automatically if the primary method fails. Your credit card can serve this role in emergencies, giving you time to fix the underlying issue without incurring late fees. Remember that while technology makes this process easier, the most robust systems include both automated transfers and strategic timing. By deliberately scheduling when money moves between accounts, you create a system that's resilient to the inevitable variability of real-world finances. The beauty of this system is that once properly established, these financial connections work silently in the background. Money flows automatically from income to bill payment account to service providers without requiring your attention for each transaction. Instead of juggling dozens of individual payments each month. Phase 4, implementation, setting up Autopay by bill type. With those silent financial connections we just built, it's time to tackle the core of our system, programming each bill to pay itself. Ever notice how some bills need completely different handling than others? That's because treating your mortgage payment the same way as your fluctuating electric bill is like using the same password for every online account. Technically it works, but it's definitely not the smartest approach. Let me show you how to customize your Autopay strategy for each unique bill category. One-size-fits-all automation is actually one of the biggest reasons payment systems fail. When you try to use the same approach for everything, you're setting yourself up for potential overdrafts, missed payments, or unnecessary stress. Let's start with your fixed recurring bills. These are honestly the easiest ones to automate. Your mortgage or rent, car payment, internet bill, streaming subscriptions, and gym membership typically stay the same amount each month. For these predictable bills, setting up Autopay is super straightforward. Most service providers and lenders have dedicated sections on their websites or apps where you can enroll in automatic payments. When you're setting these up, you'll select your payment method, which will be your dedicated bill payment account, and choose whether you want to pay the full amount each month. For these fixed bills, you'd select the full amount option since it doesn't change. What makes these fixed bills so perfect for automation is their predictability. Since you know exactly how much will be withdrawn and when, there's minimal risk of surprises. Just make sure you're scheduling these payments at least 3 to 5 business days after your income hits your bill payment account to prevent any timing issues. Now let's tackle those variable bills, the ones that change monthly based on your usage or other factors. Your electric bill, gas bill, water bill, and especially credit cards can swing dramatically between billing cycles. These require a more nuanced approach to automation. When setting up Autopay for variable bills like utilities, you have a few options. The first is to set up automatic payments for the full statement balance, which works great if you've built up that buffer in your bill payment account. But here's a pro tip that can save you from unexpected overdrafts. Set maximum payment limits. Many utility providers allow you to specify a ceiling on your automatic payments. For example, if your electric bill typically ranges between $75 to $150, you might set a maximum Autopay amount of $175. If your bill ever exceeds that amount, like during an extreme weather month, the system will only withdraw up to your preset limit, and you'll get a notification to manually pay the difference. This gives you a chance to review unusually high bills before they drain your account. Credit cards require special attention because of their highly variable nature. Instead of setting a fixed dollar amount, configure your credit card's Autopay to cover either the full statement balance, to avoid interest charges completely, or at minimum, the minimum payment due, to avoid late fees and credit score damage. If you're carrying a balance, I recommend at least setting Autopay for the minimum due, then manually paying more when you can. But what about those bills that don't offer Autopay options? Some landlords, small service providers, or certain government offices might not have the infrastructure for automatic payments. This is where your bank's bill pay service becomes absolutely essential to completing your automation system. Most major banks offer bill pay services that let you schedule payments directly from your bill payment account. You provide the payee information, your account number, and payment details, and the bank will either send an electronic payment or actually mail a physical check on your specified date. For example, if your landlord only accepts checks, you can set up recurring bill pay through your bank to automatically mail a check on the 25th of each month, giving it plenty of time to arrive before your rent is due on the 1st. The beauty of this approach is that it brings even the most old-school payees into your automated system. For those really irregular or annual bills that pop up infrequently, services like Prism or Quicken Bill Manager can be game changers. These specialized bill pay platforms can track all your bills in one place, including those quarterly property tax payments or annual membership dues. They'll send you reminders when these irregular bills are approaching, and some can even handle the payments for you. One crucial step many people overlook is synchronizing payment dates with your income schedule. If all your bills are due on the 15th, but you get paid on the 16th, you're asking for trouble. Most service providers will allow you to adjust your billing date if you ask. Take some time to contact each provider and request billing dates that align with when money actually lands in your account. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I want the convenience of automation, but I still want to review bills before they're paid. That's totally valid, especially for variable bills that could contain errors. You can set up a hybrid approach where payments are scheduled automatically, but you receive notifications a few days before they process, giving you time to review and potentially cancel if something looks wrong. Let me give you a real-world example of how this works in practice. Take your cell phone bill. It's technically variable, but usually stays within a predictable range. You might set up Autopay for the full amount, but also set an alert to notify you if the bill exceeds $150, giving you a chance to check for errors or unexpected charges before payment processes. For bills that vary with seasons, like heating in winter or air conditioning in summer, you can implement a seasonal strategy. During low-usage months, set Autopay for the full amount. When you approach high-usage seasons, temporarily switch to a maximum payment limit to prevent budget-busting withdrawals without warning. Don't forget about those subscription services either. For these, Autopay is perfect, but pair it with a subscription management tool like Truebill or Rocket Money that can identify all your subscriptions and help you cancel ones you no longer use. They can even negotiate lower rates on certain bills, putting even more automation to work in your favor. The key to making this entire system work flawlessly is tailoring your approach to each bill's unique characteristics. Fixed bills get full autopay, variable bills get maximum limits or review periods, irregular bills get scheduled through bank bill pay services, and the truly unusual ones get special reminders and manual attention when needed. By customizing your approach rather than treating every payment the same way, you're creating a system that's both flexible and robust. It's like having a team of personal assistants, each one specially trained to handle a different type of financial responsibility. Phase 5, Evaluation, creating backup systems and alerts. What happens when your financial system hits a glitch? That perfectly customized system you've set up is only as reliable as its weakest link. Did you know that insufficient funds is the silent killer of automated payments, causing nearly a third of all automated payment failures each year? Even with the best automation in place, you need safeguards for those inevitable moments when something doesn't go according to plan. Let's create the backup systems and alerts that transform your automation from mostly reliable to practically bulletproof. Your automated bill payment system might be humming along perfectly 95% of the time, but what about that other 5%? That's where the evaluation phase of our ADDI framework comes in. This critical step isn't just about checking if your system works. It's about creating multiple layers of protection that catch problems before they turn into missed payments. Think of these backup systems as your financial safety net. Even Olympic trapeze artists have nets below them, not because they plan to fall, but because they understand that even the most skilled performers occasionally slip. Your financial automation deserves the same level of protection. Let's start with the most common failure point: insufficient funds. This happens when a payment tries to process, but there's not enough money in your account. Many banks and financial apps offer low balance notifications that alert you before this becomes a problem. These notifications act as an early warning system when your balance drops below a predetermined threshold. To set this up, log into your bank's mobile app or website and look for alerts or notifications in the settings menu. Set an alert for when your account balance falls below your monthly bill total plus that 10% buffer we discussed. For example, if your monthly bills total $2,000, set an alert for when your balance drops below $2,200. This gives you time to transfer additional funds before any payments bounce. Next, let's implement confirmation alerts for every payment. When each bill is successfully paid, you should receive a notification confirming the transaction. This creates a paper trail that helps you track what's been paid and when. Most service providers offer this option in your online account settings under Notifications or Communication Preferences. Enable both text and email alerts for maximum coverage, texts for immediate awareness and emails for your permanent records. A multi-layered notification approach significantly enhances your system's reliability. For example, Set up payment confirmation alerts, upcoming bill reminders, and account activity notifications. This creates a communication network around your finances that keeps you informed without requiring constant monitoring. But notifications alone aren't enough. You also need a quick and efficient way to monitor your automated system. Create a simple 5-minute weekly review routine that helps you catch any issues before they snowball. Here's what this looks like. Every Sunday evening, or whatever day works for you, open your banking app and quickly scan recent transactions. Look for any unexpected charges, missed payments, or unusual activity. This quick review helps catch errors or fraud early, preventing cascading problems in your automated system. Think of it as a quick health check for your financial automation. Minimal effort for maximum peace of mind. For even greater protection, set up a dedicated emergency fund specifically designed to back up your automated payment system. Financial experts recommend keeping 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in a separate account. This emergency fund acts as your financial cushion when unexpected expenses arise, or if there's a disruption in your income. The beauty of an emergency fund is that it protects your automated system from real-world chaos. If you lose your job, have a medical emergency, or face an unexpected car repair, your emergency fund prevents these situations from derailing your payment automation. It's the ultimate backup plan that keeps your financial infrastructure intact even when life throws curveballs. Let's talk about another layer of protection: setting up automatic transfers between accounts if one gets low. Many banks offer this service, allowing you to establish a sweep function that automatically moves money from your savings to your bill payment account if it falls below a certain threshold. This creates an automatic safety valve that prevents insufficient funds issues without requiring your intervention. Of course, technology isn't perfect, and sometimes systems fail despite our best efforts. That's why it's crucial to have manual backup options for your most important bills. Keep a list of essential account numbers, payment websites, and customer service phone numbers in a secure but accessible location. If your automation fails for any reason, you'll have everything you need to make manual payments quickly. Financial stress is particularly prevalent among young adults, with many reporting that managing bills and payments causes significant anxiety. By implementing these robust backup systems, you're not just protecting your payment automation. You're creating peace of mind that your financial life will continue running smoothly even when issues arise. Let's put this into practice with a real example. Imagine you've set up automatic payments for your electric bill, but your utility company changes their billing system and your automatic payment fails. With proper backup systems in place, here's what happens. First, you receive a notification that your payment didn't process. Because you've set up layered notifications, this alert comes through both text and email, ensuring you don't miss it. Second, during your weekly 5-minute review, you notice the payment didn't go through and immediately take action. Third, if you can't resolve it immediately, your emergency fund provides a buffer that prevents this single issue from cascading into multiple financial problems. Another important consideration is handling payment method changes. Credit cards expire, get compromised, or need to be replaced for various reasons. Create a tracking system for all your payment methods with expiration dates. Set calendar reminders 30 days before any card expires to update your payment information across all your accounts. This prevents the common scenario of missed payments due to outdated payment methods. Some services now offer virtual card options that automatically update when your physical card changes. These services create unique card numbers for each merchant and can automatically push updates when your primary card information changes. This technology adds another layer of protection to your automated system by eliminating manual updates when cards change. Remember that building these backup systems isn't about complicating your financial life. It's about creating a framework that catches problems automatically so you don't have to constantly monitor everything. The goal is to minimize your involvement while maximizing reliability. The freedom of financial autopilot, time and stress savings. Creating your financial autopilot doesn't just protect you from the consequences of missed payments. It fundamentally transforms your relationship with money. While your automated systems quietly manage your financial life in the background, you're gaining something far more valuable than perfect payment records. Creating reliable financial systems isn't just about avoiding late fees. It's about reclaiming your mental bandwidth. What would your life look like if all those random bill due dates, payment amounts, and account logins simply vanished from your mental to-do list? The freedom that comes when your money starts running on autopilot extends far beyond your bank account. The mental impact is immediate and profound. When financial automation eliminates the constant background worry about bills, your brain actually functions differently. Studies show that financial automation significantly reduces cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone in your body. This reduction isn't just a psychological benefit. It translates to tangible health improvements, including better sleep quality and decreased anxiety. Think about what happens to your mental state when bills are approaching. Even if you have the money, there's that constant low-grade worry. Did I remember to pay everything? What if something slips through the cracks? This cognitive burden, often called mental bandwidth, is constantly taxed when you manually manage your finances. The concept of mental bandwidth is crucial to understand. It represents your limited cognitive resources that get consumed by financial decisions and worries, leaving you with less brain power for other areas of your life. Young adults particularly report feeling overwhelmed by financial responsibilities, with many indicating that financial stress significantly impacts their mental health. By implementing automation, you're not just organizing your money, you're liberating your mind from an enormous cognitive load that has been silently draining your energy. Imagine what you could accomplish if your brain wasn't constantly juggling payment deadlines. That mental energy can be redirected toward creative pursuits, deeper relationships, career advancement, or simply being more present in your daily life. This is the true power of financial automation. It gives you back your attention. The time savings are equally impressive. Beyond the hours spent physically paying bills, consider the time spent thinking about bills, worrying about due dates, checking account balances, and managing financial stress. Those hours add up quickly. When your financial autopilot is fully operational, you're essentially eliminating a part-time job from your life. This reclaimed time creates a positive feedback loop in your financial life. Many people who automate their finances report using some of their newfound time to improve their financial education, resulting in better money decisions overall. Others invest this time in side projects or skill development that actually increases their income. The compound effect of these positive changes can be life-changing over just a few years. Beyond time and mental health benefits, automation brings additional financial advantages through consistency. Your payment history accounts for approximately 35% of your FICO score, the largest single factor in credit score calculations. When your automated system ensures every payment hits on time, month after month, year after year, your credit score naturally improves without any additional effort. This credit score improvement might seem abstract until you realize what it means in practical terms. A person with excellent credit might pay 3 to 4% on an auto loan, while someone with mediocre credit could pay 7 to 8% or higher. On a $25,000 car loan over 5 years, that's a difference of thousands of dollars. All because one person's payments were consistently on time and the other person's weren't. Financial automation also helps you avoid those moments of financial amnesia we all experience. You know those subscriptions you forgot you were paying for? The quarterly bills that somehow surprise you every time? The annual renewals that hit at the worst possible moment? Your automated system catches all of these and prevents them from causing financial disruption. There's another subtle but powerful psychological benefit to automation. It transforms your relationship with spending. When your essential expenses are automatically handled, you gain perfect clarity on what's truly available for discretionary spending. This clear boundary eliminates the mental gymnastics of wondering, can I afford this? Because you know exactly what's left after your obligations are met. Experts emphasize that reducing the number of financial decisions leads to better mental health outcomes. By automating finances, you focus on meaningful decisions rather than routine financial tasks. This is particularly valuable since decision fatigue is a very real psychological phenomenon. The more decisions you make in a day, the worse your decision quality becomes. By eliminating dozens of financial micro-decisions, you preserve your decision-making power for things that truly matter. The improved decision-making extends beyond just financial choices. Research in behavioral economics shows that financial stress actually lowers IQ temporarily by consuming mental bandwidth. When your financial life runs smoothly in the background, you literally become smarter and more capable in other areas of your life. Financial automation tools also provide better visibility into your spending patterns and savings growth. The tracking capabilities of these systems help you make more informed financial decisions, further reducing anxiety about money management. Instead of wondering where your money is going, you can see exactly what's happening with minimal effort. Consider this. What would you do with the mental and emotional energy you currently spend on financial management? Would you be more present with your family? Would you finally start that side project you've been thinking about? Would you simply enjoy life more without that background financial noise? The answer is different for everyone, but the benefits are universal. The accumulated stress reduction might be the most valuable benefit of all. Financial stress doesn't just make you unhappy in the moment. It changes your brain chemistry, impacts your relationships, and even shortens your lifespan. By implementing an automated financial system, you're making an investment in your overall well-being that pays dividends daily. One of the most underrated benefits of automation is the elimination of financial arguments in relationships. When bills are paid automatically and systems are running smoothly, those stressful conversations about missed payments or financial surprises become a thing of the past. Many couples report that implementing financial automation significantly improves their relationship harmony. Your financial system should work for you, not the other way around. That's the fundamental shift that happens when you move from reactive financial management to proactive automation. You're no longer serving your money. Your money is serving you, quietly doing its job without demanding your constant attention. This shift from financial management as a burden to financial management as a background system transforms your entire relationship with money. Rather than seeing money as a source of stress and anxiety, you begin to see it as a tool that works for you automatically. This psychological transformation often leads to better financial decisions, optimization, and refinement across all areas. Your automated system is handling the basics, but now it's time to level up with some advanced optimization strategies. While most people are content with their bills running on autopilot, your financial system can actually work much harder for you with a few power user tweaks. What if your money didn't just move automatically, but actually negotiated, optimized, and maximized itself without any extra effort on your part? Let's face it, even a well-designed automated system still has room for improvement. Those recurring bills faithfully withdrawing from your account each month, many of them are actually negotiable, and new tools can do the haggling for you. The timing of your payments alone could be unnecessarily draining your account of potential interest. Let's explore how to squeeze every last drop of efficiency from your financial autopilot. Bill negotiation services have revolutionized how we handle recurring expenses. Instead of dreading those painful phone calls with customer service representatives, you can now hire experts to negotiate lower rates on your monthly bills. These services specialize in reducing costs for phone, internet, and cable bills, expenses most people simply accept as fixed. Take bill cutters, for example. This service works on your behalf to negotiate a variety of recurring expenses, including cell phone, cable, and internet bills. They operate on a success-based model, taking 50% of whatever they save you. If they reduce your cable bill by $40 per month, they'll charge you $20 monthly while you pocket the other $20 in savings. They even go beyond bill negotiation by aggregating insurance quotes to find you better rates across all your policies. If you prefer a different fee structure, trim might be more your style. This service communicates with you via text messages and charges a one-time fee of 33% of your total annual savings. So if they save you $20 per month on your internet bill, they'll charge you $79.20 once, 33% of $240 annual savings, and you keep all future savings. Trim also helps identify and cancel those sneaky subscriptions you forgot about and can even tackle medical bills, an expense many people don't realize is negotiable. For those specifically focused on utility bills, BillShark charges 40% of achieved savings and provides a dedicated page where you can record service outages to request statement credits. Meanwhile, Rocket Money, formerly Truebill, offers flexible pricing between 30% to 60% of negotiated savings, giving you options based on your comfort level. The beauty of these services is that they're entirely hands-off. Once you provide your bill information and authorization, they handle everything, from waiting on hold to presenting compelling arguments for why you deserve better rates. They're motivated to get the best possible deals since their compensation is directly tied to your savings. Let's talk about another powerful optimization strategy: aligning payment dates strategically. Most people set up automatic payments without considering the optimal timing. But by intentionally scheduling when money leaves your accounts, you can significantly improve your cash flow and potentially earn more interest. Imagine your paycheck deposits on the 1st and 15th of each month, but most of your bills are due on the 10th and 25th. This creates unnecessary pressure points where your balance dips dangerously low before your next income arrives. By contacting service providers and requesting date changes, you can cluster your bills to align with your income schedule. For example, you might request bills in the first half of the month to be due on the 5th, giving your paycheck a few days to clear while ensuring bills are paid promptly. Bills in the second half could be due on the 20th, following the same pattern. This simple adjustment creates a smoother cash flow curve and reduces the risk of temporary shortfalls. This optimization does more than just prevent potential overdrafts. It can actually generate income. With your bill payment account maintaining higher average balances throughout the month, you can take advantage of high-yield checking accounts that pay interest on your balance. Some online banks now offer rates competitive with savings accounts, meaning your bill money can earn money while waiting to be deployed. Personal finance management tools can take your system to an entirely new level of sophistication. These digital platforms automatically sync with your accounts, effortlessly track spending patterns, and help you create and stick to personalized budgets. They provide insights into spending habits you might not otherwise notice, helping identify additional areas for potential savings. For businesses and freelancers, advanced automation tools like ADDI Exchange can streamline B2B bill payments while maintaining control over approval processes and transaction tracking. These tools eliminate manual data entry while providing better visibility into cash flow. Another optimization technique involves creating smarter alerts and triggers within your automated system. Rather than just setting basic low-balance notifications, you can create conditional alerts based on unusual activity. For instance, configure an alert if any utility bill exceeds 20% of its 3-month average. This could indicate a leak, billing error, or other issue requiring attention. Many users report success with a combination approach: direct deposits feeding automatic transfers to segregated accounts for bills, savings, and investments, with customized alerts for potential issues. This minimizes management time while maximizing financial optimization. What about those subscription services quietly draining your account each month? Tools like Rocket Money and Trim don't just negotiate bills. They scan your accounts for recurring charges and help you identify services you no longer use or need. They can even handle the cancellation process for you, eliminating the awkward phone calls or buried online cancellation forms that companies use to discourage cancellations. AI tools have also entered the bill negotiation space, providing scripts and talking points for those who prefer handling negotiations themselves. These tools analyze successful negotiation patterns and equip you with proven language and strategies for securing better rates from service providers. One often overlooked optimization strategy is the annual review. Even the best automated system needs periodic evaluation. Set a calendar reminder to review all your subscriptions and service contracts annually, checking for better rates or promotional offers from competitors. Many companies reserve their best deals for new customers, so being aware of competitive offers gives you leverage during negotiations. For variable bills like utilities, consider implementing seasonal adjustments to your automation strategy. During low-usage months, you might set Autopay for the full amount, while switching to a maximum payment limit during high-usage seasons to prevent unexpected large withdrawals. The compound effect of these optimizations can be substantial. Consider someone spending $300 monthly on internet, cable, and cell phone service. Using bill negotiation services might reduce those expenses by 25%, saving $900 annually. Proper payment timing could earn an additional $50 to $100 in interest income, while subscription management might identify another $15 to $20 monthly in unused services. Combined, these optimizations could easily return over $1,200 annually, money that would otherwise silently leak from your finances. The real power comes from combining these strategies into a comprehensive optimization system. Bill negotiation tools continuously work to reduce your expenses. Payment timing maximizes interest earnings, subscription management eliminates waste, and periodic reviews ensure you're capturing all possible savings. This layered approach creates a financial system that not only runs automatically, but actively improves itself over time. What we've been exploring today isn't just a bill payment system. It's a pathway to genuine peace of mind. Recent research confirms what might seem intuitive. People who automate their finances experience significantly less stress and greater life satisfaction. The mental burden that lifts when you're no longer constantly thinking about due dates and payment amounts is genuinely transformative. The beauty of this approach is that you don't need to implement everything at once. Experts recommend starting with small, manageable steps, perhaps just automating one category of bills this week. This gradual approach helps overcome the psychological barriers many of us have around financial management. As you build confidence with each successful automation, your anxiety naturally decreases. By this time next month, you could be experiencing what thousands of others have discovered: the incredible freedom that comes when your financial life runs smoothly in the background while you focus on what truly matters. Your finances become a source of security rather than stress. Isn't that worth investing